is suspending US dollar bank transfers this week. This is a big deal. I told you guys there is a contagion occurring. We're going to look at the price action of Binance soon. But basically what I want to go over with you guys is you have to be... and welcome. I'm your host Jitsuko Toshiro. I am changing the layout quite a bit. I want you guys to be able to see things a little more clearly. Comment down below if you guys like this new look. All right, let's go ahead and get started. But before we do, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am 14 subscribers away finally to get to my giveaway. If you smash that subscribe button, you enter a chance to win $100 in USDT. Today's video is going to be a daily crypto update, and we're going to go ahead and start with Bitcoin and work our way through all the alts. And then I have a piece of information I want to get over with you guys. Actually, we're going to do that right now. And so basically what's happening right now is crypto exchange Binance is suspending US dollar bank transfers this week. This is a big deal. I told you guys there is a contagion occurring. We're going to look at the price action of Binance soon. But basically what I want to go over with you guys is you have to be getting your crypto off of these exchanges and protecting your finances at all costs. That's the whole point in cryptocurrency. It's to basically protect yourselves. And this is just another warning sign. If you needed the money this week and you couldn't get it, I apologize. But Binance is known to be a trustworthy type of exchange, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. I'm sure it's just probably for some updates. But let's go ahead and get started. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. Right now, you can see what I've talked about in the past was this rounding type of formation on the daily. We had the same thing occur over here when we're trading around the $15,000 mark. I do expect us to retrace here. We had a green day, and that's normal. That's a normal thing to occur. We have a nice little support here at this $22,000 to $23,000 range. And once this support breaks down, then I think we'll finally get that retest of that 21,000. That's what I have my eyes set on. So you guys just make sure that if you're entering trades, you're entering responsibly. You're not over leveraged, because that's what will get you in these markets. Right now, we are very, very overbought on the relative strength index. We finally started trending back down. I think the bearish divergence finally played out. We've had these days basically pushing down on us, and you can see that the price action is moving down. We do have some basically a reset on the RSI. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually move up again and move higher in price action before we move down. I do say the line in the sand is this $24,000 area. If we do get past it, I see 30K being basically the next stop. So other than that, that's pretty much my analysis on Bitcoin for the daily. Let's look at it on the 4-hour time frame. Let me clear up some of these markers that I just gave you guys, and you can see that we do have this nice little support here that hasn't really broken down. Let me get rid of some of my indicators to make this a little more clear for you. And I just wanted to point out that, you know, we're testing it. I don't like that we are wicking. So people are buying up these dips. I don't like that as a bear, because, you know, I'm a macro bear on this market. I don't like seeing that, unfortunately, because that means that there is strength here in these levels, and you can see that it keeps getting bought up. So this level is an area of demand, and people are buying into it. We did have an M pattern here that didn't play out. And right now, we're just basically sitting and waiting for Bitcoin to make a move. We're stuck in this range. We had a massive move here. We had a little bull flag and consolidation. Now we're here with another consolidation. The more we trade horizontally, the more likely we do break up to the upside. So just make sure you're leveraged in the right direction. I'm warning you guys, the more that these lows are bought up, the more likely we do break down. So let's take a look at Ethereum on the daily time frame first. I drew a chart for you guys to basically analyze. Take a look at this. Ethereum is coming off of a nice move to the upside, and we're just consolidating here. This is a consolidation of what I call a rising wedge. This is actually a bearish consolidation. The more the price action is being pushed up, the more likely it's going to break down. And you know what you want to see in healthy price action actually is a horizontal type of bull flag. right? And you want to see just a range trading in the zone. Unfortunately, what is happening with the price action of Ethereum is we're getting this rising wedge. The closer we get to basically the closure of this rising wedge, which I think is around here in the $1,700 range, the more likely we'll see this breakdown to the downside. Remember that a rising wedge is a bearish structure, and the probability of it breaking down is more likely to occur. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but the chances are in your favor if you are looking at it in a bearish perspective. Let's look at it in the 4-hour time frame, and you can kind of see the same thing going on here. You see a rising wedge, and but the demand is being bought up here. So it's a very interesting time. I would say watch for this key level here at the $1,700 mark. We can't seem to break it. I think we will retest it one more time before we head lower, retest the breakdown, and then we head down. All right, let's take a look at BNB. I am in a trade right now for BNB. I entered around $327. If we zoom out and look at it on the daily, you can see that BNB is still in this descending triangle that I've drawn for you guys. And I don't think that it's going to go anywhere. This is where we're at. We're basically pushing up to that 340, basically the top of this resistance. We want to get up here. We want to see the price action get rejected, especially if you're a bear, and then you're going to see it go back down lower. Remember that piece of information I said that the USD is going to be suspended for Binance? I think this has something to do with basically the insolvency that's seen throughout the crypto industry. This is happening with Gemini. This is happening with a bunch of other cryptocurrencies exchanges. And I think that this is just a normal thing for people wanting to basically bring regulation to make sure that these cryptocurrency exchanges are solvent. If you want your money, you can get it. You know what I mean? So right now, Binance is trading at $333. I am bearish on it. It's kind of looking like Ethereum when you got a rising wedge. The problem with these types of trades is you don't know how high they'll go before they go lower. I remember I told you guys the price action most likely will come up and retest these levels back over here when we were consolidating horizontally. I said this horizontal consolidation is very bullish. We moved up and now we're trending up, and it looks like just manipulation to the upside. If we do get a breakout, I don't expect it to get past 375, basically this previous high over here. And right now we're in the golden pocket zone of shorting BNB. And remember the target is basically this $40 mark, and I really want this to occur because you know what, it's a fat move. So keep that in mind when you're looking at the Binance token. Now, last but not least, Solana, which is the hidden gem in the sand. I love this master chart that I have, and it's looking like it's going to come to fruition. So we had the breakdown of the head and shoulders. Now we're coming back up. What you can see here, and I haven't moved my lines, these red lines, I haven't touched them. I don't want to touch them. I want to show you guys exactly what's going to occur. We're getting this rounding top. You see that? That's the same thing that I mentioned with Bitcoin. These rounding tops, these rounding bottoms, this rounding formation is basically like a U-turn back the other way. I think that's what's happening here with Solana. We can't get past that $24 zone. The more we chop into it and get sold out up here, the more likely we will break to the downside. One thing I want to keep in mind though, if you zoom out and you look at it, you can see that it's creating this horizontal consolidation. Now, if we don't break down, like let's give it a few more days, I say by the end of week, if we don't break down by the end of this week, this is actually a very bullish consolidation, right? Because we haven't really broke down. We're kind of just chopping sideways, and it's kind of looking like a bull flag. So you have to keep your mind open. Now, if the structure doesn't break down, then I will most likely lean to an invalidation of the head and shoulders, unfortunately. And that's basically what's going to happen if this doesn't break down. Last but not least, the DXY. I'm liking how the DXY looks, and I left these marks for you guys to look at, and I haven't really touched them because I want you guys to know there's a key area of support that we're looking at, and then we had that rounding bottom. I told you guys that's going to be the demand zone for the DXY, and it was. You can see that the DXY just held really well here in this $100 or 100 range, and now we're seeing that push through. It's normal to see a little pushback on a pump, and I think right now the question is, can it break out of this resistance right here? So the resistance is the key, and we are in a downward sloping trend. Although we did get a pump in the DXY, that doesn't mean that we broke out, right? Because we have this downward force, and you can see a clear rejection on the daily. it might push us back down to these levels, which it already did actually, and it got and it held its support really well. So it's just a matter of time to see where the DXY wants to go. If you guys like my content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is it for today. We are doing a giveaway of $100 in USDT. Don't forget, so subscribe if you like this content. Take care and good luck trading. Bye bye.